I've been dying to start a video off like this because this is probably my first one ever. Let's read some new releases. As you may have seen in my previous video, I finished the Shatter Me series and we have Watch Me, so I'm very excited. This is a spin-off series and I literally only finished the Shatter Me series last week, so everything's still really fresh in my mind. And this one follows James, which is Adam and Warner's little brother, and then a new character which I've never heard of. I'm very excited and I actually think we might start off with this because guys, I looked high and low for this book. In South Africa, we don't get new releases very often, or actually not even on time. So this was released on the 8th of April. It is now like I think it's the 12th of May, and I got this last week. So I just ordered it off Amazon, but none of the bookstores near me had it. They had a box set with a limited amount of books, but they just didn't get any more stock in. So eventually I got it off Amazon, so I'm really, really excited. I am also just currently in the middle of Reckless. I just wanted to give myself a little refresh, so I think I'll tandem read Watch Me and Reckless in preparation for Fearless. I'm very excited. This book cover is absolutely gorgeous, and then I've seen different colors as well, but the pink is definitely the best. And this is the naked hardback. How gorgeous is that? Oh my goodness, absolutely love that. And then it's all pink on the inside as well. I don't really like hardcovers that much, but this is gorgeous. It also has a reversible dust jacket. I thought that was only available in the States, but yeah, very, very excited for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and start Watch Me. I haven't read the synopsis, but I think I'm just gonna go in blind. I've seen people with a hardback that have the little jelly baby inside, or jelly, what is it called? Gummy bear. And I don't know what the significance of that is, but I'm really excited to see. Very, very excited. So we'll start this book. How was it just released and it was already on sale? I think that is the original price and they just made us buy it like as a sales tactic because it works for me every time. But I will start this and then hopefully finish Reckless. I just started it yesterday and I'm already just over 100 pages in and I can't put it down. It's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I started I woke up at 8:30 and read until probably an hour ago, and I really didn't want to put the book down. It still got me so enthralled and I am so excited to see how the series ends. I'm rambling now. This is gorgeous. I kind of want to display it on my bookshelf with the naked hardcover, but I don't want it to get ruined, so maybe I'll just put the dustback jacket on. I'm just speaking for the sake of speaking right now. I will update you guys once I've gotten a little way in here, probably about 50 pages, let you know how I feel. And yeah, this cover is also gorgeous though. I love the eyes. I don't know why people don't like them. This one's even better because it's like a watercolor and I love the colors of it. It's so me. Like I said, I'm rambling, so I'm gonna go off and read and I'll let you guys know what I think. Good morning everyone. So I've just been doing a course all morning, so I haven't had much time to read and I have to go back at in half an hour. So yeah, I thought I'd just do a quick check-in with Watch Me. I made it quite a bit in and I made it to page 150, page chapter 15. I really like it. I couldn't put it down last night. I was just like, one more chapter, one more chapter, one more chapter. And that's when you know I really am enjoying a book. I really love James's character. I've heard people say it, but it's true. He's adapted some of Warner's mannerisms as well as some of Kenji's, so he's just so funny. And then our new character Rosabelle, she's very interesting. I kind of don't understand the concept of her just yet. Well, she lives in a society where they don't have any people with abilities and it's still run by the re-establishment. But I don't want to say too much because it will be spoilers if you haven't read the Shatter Me series, but it's very interesting and I'm very excited to see where the series goes. But so far far, I'm having a great time. My husband asked me last night, is it a 5-star? And I was like, I'm not sure yet. I haven't made it far enough in, but I do feel like it's a 4.5. I feel like the writing is so much better than the Shatter Me series. It just seems a little bit more mature. James is 20 or 21 in this book, so it's more of like a new adult rather than young adult book. So I'm really loving it. He swears a lot, like lots of curse words, but very interesting so far, and I'm really enjoying my time. I'm hoping to finish this today, depending on how this course goes. I'm very excited and I'm so happy I got my hands on this. I'm having an absolutely great time. So yeah, I just wanted to pop in and say that, and I'll let you guys know when I read some more. I didn't do a lot of b-roll yesterday as well because I started reading quite late. I was editing a video and then reading something else and planning some content for when my husband leaves. I just want to fill my time with that. And then yeah, I took a bath and then I started reading this, and then I didn't put it down until like, I want to say 10 p.m. because then I needed to give myself some time to read Reckless as well, but I haven't been able to put it down. And that for me is a sure sign that it's going to be a good one. Hi everyone, so next day and I have this much left. I'm really enjoying it. I'm actually loving it. I really like James's character. Like I said, I'm still uncertain about our female main character, but yeah, I don't know where it's gonna go. I have a feeling the book's gonna leave off on a cliffhanger, just have a feeling. But because I've been doing a course, I haven't had that much time to read. So I finished my course at like 12 o'clock today and I just popped off to the library. So I am definitely gonna finish this tonight and hopefully start Fearless. But yeah, I just wanted to pop in and say that. But yeah, I can't tell you too much about the book because like I said, it will spoil the Shatter Me series. But so far, just know I'm loving it. Hello everyone. So I added in some b-roll because I did a little anniversary breakfast because it is our 1 month anniversary of being married, obviously. So I did a little surprise for him and I did like a champagne breakfast. So I tried to add b-roll, like I said, but I don't know if the footage is great because I was obviously trying to cook and trying to see if I got my angles. So if the angles aren't great, I apologize, but I just wanted to show you a little bit of that. But I didn't update you guys yesterday, but I did finish Watch Me the day before yesterday, and I had every intention to check in, but I don't know what happened. I've tried to finish Reckless, started Fearless, and then I don't know, I just lost track of time, and then we had to go and get my husband's haircut, and then we went for a drink, and then my parents took us out for dinner to like do an early celebration of our 1 month milestone. So I didn't check in. I'm so sorry, but I did finish Watch Me. Like I said, I'm gonna give this a 4.5. I really loved it. I love James's character. Like I said, he's the perfect mix of Warner and Kenji. I don't know, I just feel like it's more adult now, whereas Shatter Me was more YA. So the characters are in their 20s, so it's much more my speed right now. So yeah, I'm really happy. Like I said, I can't say too much because it will spoil it if you haven't read the Shatter Me series. You do have to read this Shatter Me series in order to know what goes on here. They do kind of give like a recap in the first few chapters of what happened, where the world is, what the stand of the re-establishment and the resistance is. But yeah, you definitely do need to read the Shatter Me series in order to know what goes on in this. But I loved it. I thought it was great. 4.5 stars. The only reason I didn't give it a 5 star is just because there's still something missing, and I didn't like that we were going around in circles for quite a while just to get to the point at the end where there was a massive plot twist wrapped up in a cliffhanger. So I can't wait for the next book, just to tell you that. But I loved it personally. Then like I said, I started Fearless yesterday. I didn't read a lot because I finished Reckless yesterday as well, but I am on page 37, chapter 4. I don't know, like the first couple of chapters I was struggling to get into the writing. It just felt very clunky and very different from the way Reckless was written. So I don't know, I couldn't grasp it for a bit. It took me a while to get into it until I think chapter 2. Then it all started slotting in, and it was like her normal writing that I'm familiar with. But it still feels a little bit more clunkier than I remember the previous book being. There's just words put into sentences that makes me like stumble over them, and sometimes I feel like those words were unnecessary in a sentence to explain what she needed to explain. It was just verbose. I am not very far in, so no thoughts so far. Obviously we are continuing on from where Reckless ended, and it picks up straight away. Just the prologue threw me off quite a bit because I didn't know what was going on, who we were talking about. It was just a little bit too mysterious in my eyes. But then yeah, we start with Payden. We haven't got Kai's point of view yes, we have. We did get Kai's point of view as well. Yeah, from Kai's point of view in chapter 2, I started to grasp onto the writing. But I'm going to read some today. I probably won't check in over the weekend again because we do have a busy weekend. Tonight we don't have anything going on, so maybe if I get further in tonight I will check in with you guys. But yeah, tomorrow I have my niece coming over, and then in the evening we're having like a barbecue and stuff with some of my family and friends because my husband leaves on Monday. And then on Sunday I have another aunt and my 2 cousins coming over, and then Monday obviously my husband leaves. So I will try and check in on Monday morning as well. Hopefully we would have finished that, but I'm not sure. But it doesn't matter. I am ahead of schedule right now, so it's fine. It all lines up. My next video will probably be a wrap up for April and May, and then we'll start the new month off fresh. So I don't know. Like I was shocked with the first 2 chapters being so clunky, and I was looking forward to her normal writing. A lot of people have rated this like 3 or 3.75. I've seen only maybe 1 or 2 people rated a 5 star. So I don't know what my opinion is going to be, because like you know, if you don't know, I didn't like the first book, Powerless. I read it the first time, I gave it a 3 or 3.5, and then the second time round I liked it a little bit more because I already knew the story, and I gave it a 4 star. And then Powerful, which was the novella, I gave a 4 star to, and Reckless I gave a 4.5 star to. So I'm not sure where this one will fall. I do like the series as a whole, and I think I was just a little bit prejudiced, is that even the word? Because Powerless just copied a bunch of other books' stories, like a little bit of Hunger Games, a little bit of The Selection, a little bit of what's that one called by Marissa Meyer. Like it was just a lot of things that she had stolen. So yeah, I don't know, I didn't appreciate that fact. And there was just things that, and I just finished the Selection series, so I kind of had it fresh in my mind, and I was like, oh my gosh, like even the way the rebels were reacting and all of that, it was just like The Selection to me. So I wasn't appreciative of the book. But the second time around, like I said, enjoyed it a lot more, and since then it's been very original. So I will let you guys know when I get a little bit further. Like I said, it's clunky. It's a massive book. How many pages does it even have? I don't think I checked. 522, but the Kindle one says that it's got 608. So obviously because it's a taller book, I think yeah, the pages are different. But yeah, I'll let you guys know. And I'm going to go outside and sit in the sun because we had a champagne breakfast, so we still have quite a bit to drink. So I'm going to sit in the sun and continue on with this, and I'll let you guys know when I have more to say and I can actually give you my opinion. Good morning, everybody. So sorry about the lighting. First of all, I don't have my studio lights set up again, and my husband left yesterday, so I'm a little bit emotional today. Yeah, I woke up really sad. So yeah, I dropped him off at the airport yesterday, hence why I actually haven't checked in with you guys for about 4 days. If that, I think it might be even longer. I think I checked in when I was about 25 pages into Fearless. But yeah, it's been really busy since, because I think I don't know. I think maybe it was Wednesday or Thursday that I checked in with you guys. I have been reading, but I just haven't checked in with the camera. So let's give you a quick update. Fearless. I started this, I want to say last week Wednesday, and I'm struggling. So firstly, I struggled to get in. I got 25 pages in, and then it took me a really long time to get to like page 50. There was just no, like, the first 25 pages weren't captivating enough to like draw me in, so I didn't really want to pick up the book. I hate doom scrolling, and I try my best not to, but I found myself doing it a lot during the like first bit of this book. I've just reached page 202, which is chapter 27, and I just feel like the pacing is a bit off on this one. Like, if you don't know, I've probably mentioned this 100 times. I'm going to kick myself when I edit this. Reckless was my favorite out of the series. I just felt it really exciting. The pacing was great. Like, it was this cat and mouse little thing with Peyton and Kai, and I absolutely ate that up, and I was kind of expecting a little bit similar to that in this. The Reckless left off on a cliffhanger. This picks up right straight off the bat, but it's like we're going into, I don't know, this situation. There's a situation that happened at the end of Reckless. Obviously, it was the cliffhanger that had everybody shocked and excited for this book, but it's just been meh. Like, I feel like it could have been done so much better. Like, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm really not excited about it. And currently on page 202, it's given me like a maybe 3 or 3.5 star. And when I first saw reviews come out on this, I don't watch any spoilers, obviously, because this is a book I'm really excited about. It's usually books that I don't like that I would go and watch spoilers about. So I haven't watched any spoilers, but I just kind of saw a couple of people give their thoughts, like Rachel Catherine and I think Sarah Caroli, and like a couple of those big creators who absolutely love the series. So they were kind of disappointed in it, and that happened with Reckless. Like, no one liked Reckless, and that was my favorite in the series. I gave it a 4.5, which is really high. So I was like, well, if people don't like this and they didn't like that, I'm going to love this. I already know that. I'm just not. And I feel like everybody so far that's spoken about the book, and without spoiling it, has been very accurate. Like, I just feel like the pacing is so off. It's so slow. Like, this is a bit of a spoiler, but I have to say it. But Peyton goes into some more trials in this book, but the trials are just not that exciting yet. Like, I'm just finding myself so bored. And maybe I'm speaking in circles, because I do tend to do that to get my point across. I'll say things in like 5 different ways to get the same point across, but I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it. But yeah, it is really early in the morning. Well, it's just gone. It's 7:45 at the moment. So I'm going to take an hour now just to read and have my tea before I get up and start my day. I need to film a couple of videos now that my husband's gone. It's a bit easier for me to film. So I need to film a couple of videos today, and yeah, I have a few things to do. So I'm going to give myself an hour reading now, and then I will let you guys know what I think. But yeah, I'm not loving it. It's been over a week now that I've been reading it, and I've not even made it halfway. But also, because my husband left and I was sad last night and just wanted to entertain myself, I thought I'd show you. I started a new crochet project. It's usually like my winter activity. It's gone winter now in South Africa, so I don't really crochet in summer because my hands get sweaty and I cannot stand the feel of yarn in my hand. So I don't really crochet at all in summer, but I'm making a new book sleeve. So I wanted to go like super neutral, and I'm loving it. This pattern is really, really easy. It's just the same repeat. Like, it's just the foundation that's a little bit tricky because you have to actually count your stitches. But once you've passed that, it's so easy, and you just do a repeat pattern all the way around. So that's very exciting. I could probably finish that today depending on how my day goes. I just thought I'd show you guys that. But anyway, I'm going to sit down and read, and then I'll catch up with you guys after. Still in the same position because it is raining outside. It's miserable. So I thought I'd just do my hour reading in bed, and also like my husband's not here, so I can film in my room again. But I got to page 250 in Fearless, and I forgot to mention in my last check-in that there is a third point of view introduced into this book. I've heard a couple of people talk about it before I even got there, and it is very interesting. It is very interesting. It's someone you wouldn't have thought would have a point of view, but it's really good at getting his point of views, and I feel like that is the most exciting thing within the story so far. I still feel like the pacing is a little bit slower than I would expect for like this third book, and there's so much that we still need to wrap up and talk about that I don't know, I'm confused why it's ended up so slow. The last like 40 something pages I read were much better actually. Like where I am now in the story, I'm actually excited to see what happens next, but I have some things to do, so I think I'm going to get on with my morning, and then maybe it will take me a few hours. I need to, like I said, film a video and start editing this video, and yeah, just a few other little admin-y things. So yeah, I will check in with you guys when I get a bit further, but for now it's just all right. I'm almost halfway, but it's just all right. I really was expecting more, and I was so excited. I went to the ends of the earth to get this book because I couldn't wait to see how the story wrapped up. Honestly, I'm only halfway. It could get better, but I hate books that do that start so slow in the beginning and then only pick up at the end, because I just feel like we wasted so much time going around in circles for no reason. I still do recommend the series so far. It's fun. It's fun. There's not a lot of world building. There's not a lot of politics. So it's kind of just a love story with a little bit of fantasy sprinkled in. A lot of people compare it to like Divergent or Hunger Games. I don't agree with that. 100% don't agree with that. This is just a compilation of a bunch of other stories. Like I even got from this book, I even got some like hints of like Shatter somewhere in there. I will see you guys very soon. I also just feel like a nice warm cup of tea while I get my day planned out. I thought I'd do a quick check-in. So I've just reached page 349. So I've actually read quite a bit this morning, but it's such a miserable day outside. It's been like raining and storming. I filmed like a bookshelf reorganization, which you guys will be seeing soon. Honestly, it was so loud. It felt like it was louder than the way I was talking. So I'm hoping you can't hear that in the footage, but it's just calmed down now. It's super cold and I really don't want to do anything, but at least I did film. So I haven't edited either, which I need to do, but I did do a couple of other things that I was meant to do, but I've just been sitting and reading for like the last couple hours. The plot has picked up, but it just seems a little bit unhinged to me. Anyway, and I feel like I don't know what's going on. There's like a little plot twist that happened that I already guessed, and I don't know, it just doesn't feel like the book that I remember Reckless being. I think I said that in my previous check-in, but I just feel like I'm so disconnected from the characters, and I loved them in the previous book. I reread the book, loved them, and right now I feel very disconnected from them, and I don't know if it's because of the situation that they're in, but right now I don't know. I'm not loving it, but I'm not hating it either. So yeah, this final situation that just happened now, I'm very confused by. That's why I thought I'd just check in quickly, because something happened. Chapter 49, if you've read chapter 48, if you've read this book, like let me know in the comments what you thought of it. Like I'm just so confused, and maybe I'm dumb. I don't get it. I just feel like there's a disconnect between the characters and I, or the reader, at the moment. I know not everybody will feel like this is just my opinion, and I also think that maybe it did hinder my reading experience, the fact that I like read it in so many different stages. When I just sit down and read, I can be a little bit more consumed by the story, but I don't know, something's just missing. Something's missing. I don't know if it's in the pacing or the fact that the plot right now is just a bit whack, but I'm not truly satisfied. But yeah, I'm hoping that I can finish this tonight. It's 200 pages, so we'll see. It's still quite early. It is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I do need to edit, but I was thinking I could could just read maybe for another hour and then start editing, because my husband's not here. I'm all by myself, so who cares if I'm editing till quite late. I'm just doing a rough edit anyway on this video that I'm currently filming right now. That's just my opinion right now. I don't know how I'm feeling, and I'm sure you can tell that I don't know. I'm just staring at the page, but I expected a little bit more. I expected the fun elements of what the previous book were, and I don't know. I like the part, like the second trial. If you have read this book, the second trial, I really did like that whole storyline. That was very cool. But this third one was brutal and quite unhinged. And then I don't know where it's gonna go. Like, I have a theory of like the plot twist at the end. It's been dropped out, well, hints have been dropped all the way through, but I don't know where we're gonna end up. And also, okay, I'm gonna say a little bit of a spoiler here, but it's not, yeah, it's a spoiler. So just skip, I'll put it on the screen. Just skip to when I've finished mentioning this if you haven't read it. What is up with Kit's cough? Like, why is he coughing all the time? Is there something wrong with him? He's also talking to someone who's not there. So what is wrong with him? I mean, I haven't got there yet, but I'm just really confused. Obviously he's ill, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm very confused, and I don't know. I'm not loving it. I'm not loving this feeling. I'm not feeling compelled to keep reading, but let's keep going, at least for another hour. I did it. So I finished this yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, I was very disappointed. I had such high expectations because I really loved Reckless so much. I just loved the dynamic between Peyton and Kai. In this story, a lot of things were thrown in which I feel were completely unnecessary. Firstly, one of our character, his arc just completely changes, and then a couple of other characters are thrown in and things and events happen which are completely unnecessary, I think, for the story to have been rounded out. And then there's another, like I said, point of view introduced, which was interesting at first because it gave some clarity as to like what he was thinking, but I don't feel like he needed any redemption. So yeah, I've landed on a 3.5 star. It was going to be just a 3 star, but then there were bits that I did enjoy, and there were bits that, yeah, that kind of summed things up for me. But in the end, I felt like it was more of like a dystopian rather than a fantasy. Like what the plot twist that they threw in there, I feel like that was more dystopian than it was fantasy, which is fine, but it's just because I was expecting fantasy. So yeah, with like magic and all of that, that's fantasy, depending where the magic comes from, like Shatter Me. Yeah, so I don't know. I was very disappointed. A lot of the book was just meh. It felt like filler just to get more pages in, and some of like the trials, they were so boring. Like that third trial, I don't think I filmed that. The third trial was completely unnecessary, the direction it went into. It could have been done so much better. Like even the trials in the first book were better, and I didn't love the first book, but I don't know. I still am stuck between a 3 or 3.5, but I was so excited for it. And just what happened to Kai and Peyton in this, like it's just, I felt unnecessary. Like there was tropes thrown in and that didn't need to be. I don't know. I sound so negative. I did enjoy my time. I should have probably read it in 1 or 2 sittings, but I read it in about 3 sittings or maybe even 4. So that also just threw me out a little bit. So ultimately, this wasn't my favorite in the series. It's the last in the series. I think someone said that there would be a novella, but I'm not sure if I would pick it up because I've just lost faith in the story altogether. I know a lot of people loved it and a lot of people hated it. I thought I was going to be one that loved it. If they kept that cat and mouse dynamic between the two of them, I would have loved that, but they changed the whole course of the series, in my opinion. 3.5 stars, but the star of the show was definitely Watch Me. I absolutely loved this book. Like I said, I gave it a 4.5. It was so good. It was actually better than the Shatter Me, and I didn't think I would like it as much because usually spin-off series can, I don't know, taint the previous series, but this has added so much. I love what they did with James and how he has elements of Warner and Kenji in him, and it was it was a lovely story. It's just the way he spoke and stuff, like I think he's 21 in this. It was relevant, and yeah, I just thought it was great. I really did enjoy my time. I remember I just couldn't stop turning the page. I probably read this in like 2.5 days, which is quick for me, especially because it's quite a thickie, but I mean, not that thick. I think it was like under 400 pages, but for me it's thick. But I absolutely loved it. That is my new releases. I'm so glad to finally be done with Fearless. I'm not gonna lie, I was getting a little bit, even last night when I was finishing it, I was like falling asleep while I was reading it. I was so tired, and once I put it down and was finished it, I was no longer tired. So yeah, I don't know what that says. But I'm still happy I got to read it and round off this series. And then I guess we started a new one. I read that there might only be 3 of these, so this is one of 3, but still excited to see what she does with the rest of it, because the cliffhanger that it left off on, I can't wait. Thank you so much for joining me this week for reading some new releases. It is my first new releases because we are very misfortunate in South Africa with our new releases. It takes ages to get here. By the time it's got here, it's old news everywhere else in the world. But I'm so happy I got to do this. But with that being said, thank you so much for being here again. I hope that you guys will stick around. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe, and also leave me a comment letting me know what new releases you're excited for and what you think I should read next. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.